I guess you can say I bought a few movies. Let's talk about it. Yes, I did pick up 60 plus movies this month, but before we get into it, if you could do so kindly to please make sure we like and subscribe because it is free and it means a whole lot to me. Anyways, yes, 60 plus movies, and I got a new microphone, so hopefully this adds a bit more quality to the audio. I do have like a $600 plus microphone, like a studio microphone, but I'm just so lazy to set it up. But anyways, yeah, I usually have it for live streams, but I haven't live streamed in a while. So yeah, so let's get into it. A lot of sales, mainly that's why I went all out. Usually I don't pick up this much. Yeah, you know, a lot of sales. Kino lorber sale, Criterion sale. We had a Canada Day sale, a whole lot of sales. So I was able to accumulate 60 plus movies to add to my ever-growing collection, which is busting out the seams. Before, I could barely even fit enough movies to make one shelf. One of my little Billy bookcases, I had to put DVDs on there just to fill it out. Now there's too many, okay? So hopefully now, my plan is to set up a basement to make it a man cave kind of thing. So hopefully I can get one of those big Chonkin boy those big bookcases, those big movie shelves. Yeah, so 60 plus movies, let's get into it. Obviously with the Criterion sale raging, I picked up a few Criterions. If you haven't seen those videos, please make sure to click the card over here or over here, wherever the flip-floppy YouTube side is. One of the cards up here to check out my full Criterion collection and also one of my Criterion hauls or hunting videos, because that's not getting enough love as it should be, because I did go all the way to the United States to buy that. Anyways, starting off with is Badlands. Love this movie. I'm not going to get too deep into the movies because I have 60 movies and I am sleep deprived and I want to get this video out. So anyways, Badlands. Love this movie. 4K restoration. Beautiful Terrence Malick film. I think this is his first film or one of his earliest films. And what a way to start off your career. Fantastic. Charlie Sheen. Yes, Charlie Sheen. And Sissy Spacek, absolutely fantastic. Martin Sheen, not Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen is his son. Next is It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. I got this for dead cheap used. I mainly got it because I'm a big fan of Cinemassacre, and James Rolfe, the host, or Angry Video Game Nerd, says this is his favorite movie of all time, and when I saw it, had a 4K digital restoration with the Criterion, and it was this really nice digibook with a chonky set. I had to pick it up, and it was like pretty cheap. I think it was like $17 Canadian, which is super cheap. And then this is from the Barnes & Noble that I went to Buffalo, and that is Pan's Labyrinth. Completed my Guillermo del Toro collection. I heard this is his best movie, so I'm eagerly waiting. It's still in the cellophane because I've yet to check it out again because I'm doing renovations in the basement. My TV's in the basement, but heard really good things about it, so I'm really excited to check that out. Next is Jim Jarmusch's Ghost Dog: The Way of Water. I have seen this film already, absolutely love it, so I thought I might as well pick it up physically because I just love this movie so much, and a way to immortalize my love for a film is to add it to the collection, and why not better in on physical on Criterion. This also does have a 4K digital restoration, but I heard they're making a 4K like disc. Well, I guess the Studio Canal, or a UK company, is doing that with the Steelbook, but I think I'll pass. I kind of like the Criterion setup way a lot better. Another pickup from the Barnes & Noble is Andrei Tarkovsky's Mirror. Absolutely love this film. More visual on the storytelling, not really much dialogue, but a lot of really nice long shots. It's a slow film, but I really like slow films. This has a high definition digital restoration. You know, from watching it once, I loved it. I heard you have to get it to multiple times to really love it. But from the first time I watched it, I absolutely loved it. I love the duality of the storytelling from different perspectives of a mother and a child. So yeah, Andrei Tarkovsky's Mirror. I'm only missing a few others in the collection. I have Nostalgia. I have a few others. I think I'm missing Stalker, and I think that would complete my collection. And then next is Come and See. Haven't seen this yet. Again, still in the wrapping, but I heard this is one of those films where you have to watch at least once. And you know, I think this has a 2K digital restoration. Insane artwork. I've heard just so much things about it, so I thought I might as well pick it up in the collection. Next is Fisher King. This is a Blu-ray that I got, but I got it for dead cheap. I think it was like $12 Canadian, so I don't know how much that is in US, but very, very cheap. This is the Blu-ray. I know there's a 4K out there, but for that cheap, had to add that to the collection. Next is Paris, Texas. Again, I heard really good things about this, so thought I might as well pick it up. Wim Wenders. I haven't really seen much of Wim Wenders, but I've heard this is a really good film, so I decided to blind buy that to the collection. Next is El Bruch, or The Bridge. Absolutely love this war film. It's one of those kind of stories where it's not really the grand scale of war. It's the story of these this little battalion of like high school students who kind of join just because, hey, it's the war, and you know, fight for your your Führer and all that kind of stuff. And it's a very tragic tale. It tells the story before they enter the war and after, a little bit of during their boot camp, but it's mainly just kind of the human condition of just the waste of human life that war is, and how useless it is. And it's just a fantastic, a very striking film. There's a very iconic scene that I don't want to get into because it might be a spoiler, but it's been referenced a lot, and I absolutely love this film. Highly recommend El Bruch, or The Bridge. Next is Stone. I got this at the thrift store for like $2. It seems interesting, you know, Robert De Niro, Edward Norton, and Mila Jovovich. So that's why I picked it up. Next is the newer, the July releases from Kino lorber, starting with To Live and Die in LA. I haven't seen this movie yet, but you know, you can't really go wrong. Willem Dafoe plus William Peterson, and it's a William Friedkin film, so I decided if I had to blind buy anything, that sounds like a pretty good bet. Another blind buy is Needful Things. Ed Harris, Max von Sydow. Don't really know much about this film, but I love those two actors, so decided to pick that up. Next is still in the cellophane. That is John Frankenheimer's Ronin on 4K Blu-ray. Really excited to get into this because I know this came out, I think this came out in June, late June, but we didn't get it here in Canada until late July or early July, so that's why I have it in this video. Yeah, John Frankenheimer's Ronin, very excited. Pretty big cast, you know, Jean Reno, Robert De Niro, Stellan Skarsgård, Sean Bean, Jonathan Pryce. Sounds like a good time to me. Another thrift store pickup is The Adjustment Bureau. Again, I really don't know much about this film, but like it has a pretty big cast. You know, Matt Damon, Emily Blunt. I just got finished watching Oppenheimer. They both star in that. So yeah, it sounds like a crime thriller. Not really a thriller, but kind of like a crime film. Yes, it says right here, action crime thriller. So excited to get into that for a couple bucks. And then one of my holy grail pickups for being Canadian is to get a Lionsgate Steelbook. I finally picked one up, and that is Dread on 4K. Really love this artwork. Not the greatest 4K transfer, especially when it comes to how it's not that it's a bad transfer, it's that the Blu-ray looks really good. So when you compare it to this, it's kind of because the visual style of this is very gritty, raw, and there's added like digital noise or film kind of grain to it. So when it comes to the sharp details and that kind of stuff, you're not really getting much out of it, but it does look nice on the 4K OLED. Next is Super Cop Police Story 3. I was originally going to get that whole Eureka box set, but I decided to just get the other ones because the American releases of these films, mainly because I'll be able to watch the special features. If I got the Eureka box set, I wouldn't be able to watch it because I only have a Region A player, so that is why I decided to get these North American releases for these Police Story films. So Police Story 3, Super Cop, Michelle Yeoh, Jackie Chan, pretty big cast of Hong Kong action film stars. If you're familiar with the 80s Hong Kong, a lot of familiar faces. And I love these 88 films box sets. They're absolutely addicting and beautiful, and they come with really nice artwork. I have the Dragons Forever 4K box set, and that was, if you saw my top 10 4K Blu-rays of the year so far, or the Q1 of 2023, I added that to the list. So when this came out, I thought it was a no-brainer, decided to pick this up. Another blind buy was this Arab horror film called Dachra. I don't know, it was like $17. It looked like it had a really nice slipcover. It kind of reminded me of a Vinegar Syndrome slipcover. Don't really know much about this film. Don't know much about the release or the company, but it sounded really interesting. Love me some independent horror films, especially when it gets a really nice release like this. Decided to pick that up and add that to the collection. Next is another sale item that I got during the Criterion sale, and that is Eyes Without a Face, Les Yeux Sans Visage. I blind bought this, and then I actually watched this a few weeks ago. not the biggest fan of this movie. It looks beautiful, but the plot points, very silly. It's filmed like an art film, but it's kind of told very silly. Not my type of film, but I can appreciate for what it is. It's not, I don't know, I guess I was expecting more out of it, and it just didn't really please me, I guess. Next is another addition to my ever-growing A24 slipcover Blu-ray collection, and that is the Florida Project. Another blind buy, but stars Willem Dafoe, and I saw, what's it called, Actors on Actors. He was interviewing, and they were talking about the Florida Project, and I saw a little snippet of him. I guess he's like a manager at like a motel or something like that. I could be very wrong. This could be definitely the wrong movie. Who knows? Until I watch it, I won't know. But if I watch it and I discover it and I fall in love with it, that's the beauty of blind buys, in my opinion at least. And this was a Facebook Marketplace that I recently picked up. There's another Criterion that is Three Women. Robert Altman's Three Women. I wanted to add more to the collection, so Three Women, Sissy Spacek, and Shelley Duvall. So I just thought, you know, all-star cast, talented director, might as well pick it up. Next is Desperado. I got this for like $4 on sale, so that was pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure this is like the second movie in Robert Rodriguez's El Mariachi trilogy or whatever. But it was I like these pop art steelbooks. They look really nice, so I decided to pick this up for like a few bucks. So yeah. Next is another Criterion sale pickup. I just watched the first movie from this release. It looks fantastic, so I'm kind of tempted on whether I want to pick up that 4K box set. But I decided to pick up this box set, and that is the Bruce Lee His Greatest Hits box set. I love the artwork on this, and again, that Arrow box set looks really tantalizing, but it's like $250. And I wouldn't be able to watch the special features, and it doesn't come with, and the only way to watch Enter the Dragon is through the Blu-ray, and that Blu-ray is Region B, and I don't have Region B player, so wah. But it does come with 4K restorations of his, I think it was like 5 or 6 films, and they look beautiful, and it comes with a shit ton of bonus features. So I'm still gonna pick up Enter the Dragon, that 4K. Hopefully I can get the Steelbook, because my plan is to go to the US hopefully soon. But yeah, so Bruce Lee's His Greatest Hits. And then another pickup I got during the July 1st Canada Day sale was Air Force One on 4K Blu-ray. I actually made the slipcover myself, so pat on the back to me. But yeah, I had to redo the slipcover because the first time I made it, for some reason, the printer at Staples, it's just, they overblow the contrast on Caucasian skin for some reason, like white skin. It makes it really red, so I had to really desaturate it, and even still, it looks red. It looks a bit red, but it's not bad. Like it looks like Harrison Ford's normal face. So yeah, thankfully, I don't think the camera over contrasted a bit. But yeah, Harrison Ford, Air Force One, get off my plane. I know there's a really nice steelbook, but I got this first on sale for like, what, like 10 bucks, so had to pick it up. Next is Glory. This is what I'm talking about. See Matthew Broderick's face? Really red, really lobstery. Again, another slipcover I made for this film. Glory, I haven't seen this movie. I was spoiled about it, but I heard it's like one of the best Civil War films, and I'm trying to get into more American history stuff, even as a Canadian. We don't really get much representation, so I'd like to learn a lot more about North American history. So this is not really that old of a film, and not that old of a time period. It's the Civil War, mid to late 19th century. But heard really good things about this. I got spoiled for the ending of it from watching one of those Hollywood Reporter actor roundtable thing. But I just really heard great things about it, and it can't be that much of a waste of a time, being that, you know, won a lot of Academy Awards, critically acclaimed, even from history buffs and, you know, historians. So really excited to get into that. Another pickup I got from the thrift store is Sunshine, Danny Boyle starring Cillian Murphy, Michelle Yeoh, Chris Evans, huge cast. So I decided after watching Oppenheimer, I was like, oh, let me get into some Cillian Murphy stuff. I also have 28 Days Later, so I'm gonna delve into all that soon. So yeah, because Cillian Murphy, he's mainly a silver screen guy, and when he is on the big screen, when he does do movies, he doesn't really star in them. He's usually like a really good supporting actor. but I believe, according to this poster, he should be the main actor. Who knows? Next is another film from the thrift store that I picked up because it looks insane. I've never heard of this film before, but it stars Henry Cavill, Sigourney Weaver, and Bruce Willis, and that is The Cold Light of Day. Now this looks like one of those like $5 Walmart bin movies, but it has a huge cast, so maybe it's good, who knows? Next is another sale pickup I got, was The Bridge on the River Kwai. Again, another slipcover I made. Found this artwork on the Poster MD, and it looks really cool, so I decided to make it for myself. Bridge on the River Kwai, haven't seen it yet. Again, another war film that I've heard really good things about, that a lot of historians like to say that's one of the, you know, it's up there with a lot of really good World War II films. And it also stars Alec Guinness, so very excited to delve into this. Very, very nice. All right, and another pickup from that July 1st Canada sale, as the beat goes on, is the 4K Steelbook for Top Gun. Wasn't the biggest fan of this film, but hopefully seeing it in 4K, beautiful Steelbook, and it was for like, I think it was $19 normally, and then it was 35% off of that, so decided to pick that up there, and it's a really nice looking 4K set, so, or 4K Steelbook, so I decided to pick it up, add to my very small 4K Steelbook section, or I guess collection. Again, with the Jackie Chan, I got Jackie Chan Collection Volume 2 from Shout Factory. A lot of really good bangers on this Volume 2 set. I really wanted to get Volume 1, but they don't have Drunken Master. They don't have a few films that were like kind of like some of the obvious films that I really love that there was not featured on it. A lot of films that I really don't care for are featured on there. So for the same price, I decided to pick up Jackie Chan Volume 2. I think it was like $82, so that's a pretty good price for, what is it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So $10 a Blu-ray. Hell heckin' yeah. Comes with a bunch of bonus features, and it comes with Wheels on Meals, which is one of my favorite Jackie Chan films. And then you got Armor of God, and then Armor of God 2, and you got Crime Story. So a lot of really good films, really worth the price of admission alone. I'm not sure if these are 4K restorations or, you know, 2K restorations. I guess I'll have to check it out, pop it in the player to find out. But yeah, Jackie Chan Volume 2 box set. Really didn't hear much people talk about this release, but I'm glad to finally add this to the collection. Next is another Kino lorber pickup I got, and that is Robert Altman's The Ginger Man. Again, trying to add more Robert Altman to my collection because slowly and surely he's becoming one of my favorite filmmakers, I guess of the 70s, or, you know, of, I guess, whatever. But yeah, Kenneth Branagh, Robert Downey Jr., Tom Berenger, Robert Duvall, pretty big cast. So I decided to pick it up, and this was super cheap. I think it was like $5. So a Kino lorber for $5, heck yeah. And this was like $2 or $3. And that is The Crew, another film that I'm like, you know what, Kino lorber Blu-ray for like a couple bucks. Had to pick that up in the collection. Again, know nothing about this, but Richard Dreyfuss, Burt Reynolds, Carrie-Anne Moss, Jennifer Tilly. This looks like a comedy crime thing, maybe not. I don't know, who knows. And then you're gonna laugh at me. I bought this Christopher Nolan box set, this Blu-ray box set for like, what was it? It was $19 and 35% off of that. I literally only got this for Insomnia because I bought Insomnia on at the pawn shop, and it was saran wrapped and everything. So I'm like, okay, bet. And then I open it up, and it's like fucking Jumper DVD disc 2. So it wasn't even the Jumper movie, like the Jumper starring Hayden Christensen. It wasn't even the movie. It was the second disc from the movie. So it's like the bonus features. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I decided to get that Insomnia, and also it comes with Memento, which I do own, but you know, I love Memento, so whatever. And then it comes with this nice, it's just frills, right? It's just like a booklet with like artwork and screenshots and that kind of stuff, and it comes with art cards and that kind of stuff. So I'm a pretty big Christopher Nolan fan, so decided to pick this up in hype of Oppenheimer, see all the films, even though Inception, Dark Knight Rises I already have on 4K, so, and Batman Begins I already have on 4K, so it's kind of a useless box set, but I did need to get Insomnia and Memento, and those are really hard to come by themselves, so yeah, now I own them all. Alright, another Kino lorber pickup I got is Alphaville. Jean-Luc Godard, I've heard a lot of really good things about him as a filmmaker. Not the biggest on French New Wave and French Noir, but I did watch 400 Blows, Francois Truffaut's 400 Blows, and I really did enjoy this. So hopefully we can keep it going with another really iconic French New Wave or French Noir film, 4K restoration too. So hopefully this looks good, and hopefully it's a good movie. Again, a blind buy, but it was like, I think 10 bucks. So decided to pick that up and add that to the Kino lorber collection. All right, next is Takashi Miike's Ichi the Killer, the definitive remastered edition. When it comes to the grand scale of kind of like these Japanese eerie, creepy crime movies about just like decrepit youth, so that's why I decided to pick it up on Blu-ray. Next is another sale pickup, and that is the Evil Dead remake. This is the 2014 or 2013 remake, the Fede Alvarez remake. I did enjoy this movie. I know a lot of people don't like this movie. They don't like the aspect. They don't like the storytelling or the gore. Just not the gore, but just the visual style of it. I actually really did enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot more than this new Evil Dead Rise. And, you know, I didn't pick it up when it first came out, but for, I think, what was it, like 20 bucks, 21 bucks, I decided to pick that up on 4K. Still came with the slipcover and everything, so I'm excited to add this to the collection and watch it on 4K. I do already own the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray also looks really good, so who knows what they would add to the 4K. I remember watching Mid-Level Media's review for it, and he said it wasn't that much of an upgrade, but who knows? Different screens, different results, so maybe I'll like it more, who knows? But this is just a 4K disc, and I remember this going for 30 bucks MSRP. I'm like, really? 30 bucks MSRP, and it doesn't even come with a goddamn Blu-ray special bonus features disc? So, yeah. Next is another sale pickup I got during that sale, and that is Logan Lucky, another custom slipcover I made. And yeah, Logan Lucky I heard really good things about. I remember this being a pretty fun movie. It's Steven Soderbergh film. I remember I was working at the movie theater when this came out, and I heard really good things about it. And it's an all-star cast: Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, Seth MacFarlane, Katie Holmes, Hilary Swank, and Daniel Craig. So seemed like a fun romp. I got it for like 20 bucks, so might as well, you never know. Next is another Criterion sale pickup, and that is Jackie Chan's Police Story 1 and 2. Again, decided to get the Police Story trilogy, the North American stuff, because, I don't know, I really want these bonus features because I'm really intrigued on just the guerrilla style filmmaking. Everything's on camera. A lot of the stunts are Jackie Chan. I know there's a lot of people calling Jackie Chan out for doing maybe half his stunts, but for the most part, Jackie Chan does all his stunts, and I don't know if this comes with the My Stunts documentary. It's like a 45-50 minute documentary where he talks about his stunts and his injuries and that kind of stuff. But it doesn't seem like, I don't think it has on here. But these also include the 4K restorations for Police Story 1 and 2. So that is why I don't feel that, you know, bad not getting that Eureka box set, because again, Criterion really kills it with their image restorations. So I already know this is going to be, like, I've seen 2K restorations of Criterion films. They look beautiful. So 4K restorations also look really great. And it comes with bonus features that I can watch, and I don't need a PAL or a region-free player. So yeah, I know I need to get it. I know, but yeah. Next is another Tarkovsky joint that I add to the collection, that is Andrei Rublev. A lot of people say one of his best films, top 2 maybe, top 5. I haven't seen this one yet. Again, it's like a chunk, and it's a pretty long movie, but it does come with a new high-definition restoration, and I love me some Tarkovsky. He's up there with Bergman, in my opinion, when it comes to my favorite directors. So that is why I decided to pick this one up, and it's a really nice-looking set, and it was a bit expensive. It was $49. I paid the extra 10 bucks for it, but it's a really nice box, little not box set obviously, but a nice little digipack, and it comes, I believe, with a Blu-ray and a special features thing. So I'm really excited to add this to the collection and finally check that out. Next is another Lionsgate Steelbook that I really did love the artwork for. There's a few other Steelbooks that I wanted to get, but I didn't really like the artwork for them. And the 4K Lionsgate Steelbooks they had, the 4Ks weren't really that good when it comes to transfer wise. That is being 310 Yuma. Again, not a terrible transfer, but when it comes to the Blu-ray, I really wish they did a lot more with the HDR and just the kind of, you know, just the image quality itself. It's not the greatest, but it's not bad at all whatsoever. But yeah, 310 Yuma, fantastic artwork on it. And I think it was like $19. So I was like, heck yeah, $19 US, that's like what, 20 something Canadian. So if you can get a 4K Steelbook for that cheap, heck yeah. And then another pickup I got from Buffalo was Sisu on 4K. Now this is an American exclusive. We never got Sisu on 4K. We got the Blu-ray, we never got the 4K. And this comes with a really nice looking slipcover from Lionsgate. Some reason Lionsgate doesn't want to publish in Canada, so we're stuck here having to drive 5 hours just to pick it up. Anyways, another pickup from the thrift store is The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. I actually heard this is a pretty okay movie. I mean, it's made by Tony Scott, and it stars Denzel Washington and John Travolta. Pretty formidable actors. Now, I do have actually the Kino lorber 4K release of it, you know, so yeah. I was interested in watching this movie, decided to add this to the collection for like $2, so why not? And then another thrift store pickup was The Forbidden Kingdom. Haven't seen this movie yet. I didn't really hear the greatest things about it, but this is Jet Li and Jackie Chan's first movie together. Better late than never, 2008. I feel like this is way, like, you know, The Escape Plan with Arnold and Sylvester Stallone. I wish they did a movie together in the late 80s, maybe even the 90s. I guess Jet Li was a bit too young for the 80s. I think his heyday was like in the late 90s, early 2000s, like when you think of Jet Li as a star. So yeah, I decided to pick it up, The Forbidden Kingdom. Another slipcover that I made for myself, but obviously I got the movie. That is The French Connection, the signature series, French Connection. I got this when everyone was like, dude, you gotta pick it up, dude. Criterion Collection is censoring it. Disney Plus is censoring it, so I decided to pick it up. And then when I researched what was censored, I decided, I was like, is it really that, you know, much of a, you know, I guess it's just the ethics, I guess, or just the thought of a movie being censored is what made everyone gung-ho about picking this up. Got it for like $13 Canadian, so it's pretty cheap on Amazon. I don't know if it's still available now, but, you know, it gave me an opportunity to make a slipcover for it, and yeah, so. And then the last Criterion pickup I got was Bernardo Bertolucci's The Last Emperor. Really weird looking set, very thin, what's it called, digipack. But it comes with a nice pamphlet. This is the older releases from 2008. I know they re-released this with the clamshell case, the Amory case. So yeah, but this is the kind of cardboard slipcover digipack version, which I haven't really heard much about this film. An Italian man creating a film about China, so this should be interesting. And then the last pickup of the month, technically it's not the last pickup, it was one of the first pickups of the month, but we're at the final films of the, I guess, the collection update, and that is The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 on 4K Blu-ray. This is the digipack. I got it for, I think, $30, so $15 of 4K. This completes my Spider-Man 4K collection. I own every single Spider-Man live action film on 4K. I own the Tobey Maguire 1, 2, 3 4Ks. I own, you know, the Far From Home, not Far From Home, but I guess the Homecoming and Far From Home 2-pack. And then I have the No Way Home 4K. So yeah, that was everything I picked up. You know, when it comes to the July Canada Day sale, Criterion sale, Kino lorber sale, ended up picking up over 60 movies. So yeah, that was my haul. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I am Mason from the Mockbuster YouTube channel. Please have yourself a good day, night, evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you're watching this. Please stay safe. God bless. Peace, cheers, long live physical media. And until I see you guys next time, cheers, peace, one love, peace.